Okay, welcome to the BS post draft special. We have some pressing topics to discuss, so let's get into it. I have a guest today. I have my friend Miko.
Yeah.
Say what's up.
What's up, YouTube?
Okay, you're gonna act like that. Okay, so yeah, he's really into NFL and stuff. So I think he's a good guy to talk to about some of the topics that we got here today. So let's get into it. All right. So topic number one. We both grew up in Philadelphia, so we're big Eagles fans, and I gotta say the Eagles are pretty screwed. After the draft and a lot of the moves that they made, I have a really bad feeling about the Philadelphia Eagles. They drafted they drafted Jalen Rager in the first round, wide receiver. If you guys know Eagles fans, it looks just yeah, it's just bad. I mean, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, like if you just look up on YouTube, like the reactions to people and damn, the one's powerful. So if you just look up the reactions to Eagles fans, it's just really bad. But so yeah, if you just look up on YouTube, you can see the reaction to fans like just getting pissed off, like especially with the Jalen Hurts pick. Like what were they? What do you think they were doing with that pick? Like I can't even explain that. Like quarterback, Jalen Hurts. We got Carson Wentz. They re-signed Carson Wentz for another 4 more years.
6, I think.
6? Really?
It was 4 or 6. I can't remember, but I think they weren't really getting him to actually play.
You think they're gonna use him?
I think they're using it as like a strategy to get into Carson Wentz's head and try to get him to just step up his game. Cause
Yeah.
like last season
Mm-hmm.
was probably the healthiest season Eagles fans have seen him play in his whole career.
Okay. Well, what about using him as a Taysom Hill type of quarterback, like playing multiple positions? Do you see that happening?
I mean, I could because they have done that, but they didn't really do it
But why in the second
until
round
as
though?
a need put a quarterback as a wide receiver. As we've seen
Yeah.
in the past season, they converted Greg Ward into one of the
Oh
wide
yeah,
receivers.
Greg Ward. He's so underrated. One of the most underrated NFL players, like in general. I hope they have him starting next year because it seems like they're ready to kind of move on from it. Not move on from him, but have him like as a backup role. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he was better than Nelson Aguilar like the whole entire year, and he was on the practice squad. And same thing with Boston Scott. Like seriously, and it seems like they want to kind of not replace Boston Scott, but it seems like they're trying to upgrade from him. They try to replace him with Matt Breida. You know, it's like why? You got such a good running back with Boston Scott. His acceleration is like something I haven't seen since Darren Sproles. You know what I mean? And he's basically a Darren Sproles clone, and you want to replace him.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a gift too with his height. Like I like running backs who are small because they can like go underneath.
They're like shifty.
Yeah, you know you're taller than Boston Scott and Darren Sproles. It's like crazy. I mean, he's just so small. He can get underneath the defense, like defensive quarterbacks and stuff. You know what I mean? And especially when they try to tackle him. I don't think he's not as great as a kick returner as uh, Darren Sproles was, but he's still a really good running back. I mean, he has hands like a wide receiver. It's basically like a Darren Sproles clone, and if you take the time to coach him, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He can become something even better than he already was. But
And also, like going off of that topic, like how the Eagles are really screwed. They at this point they're just like becoming Oprah. They're just giving everyone money. They resigned Corey Clement.
Oh yeah,
he's not even gonna get a snap.
I heard about that. I can't
They're,
believe
like they're talking about stuff like, oh, Corey Clement got they resigned Corey Clement and they're talking about like, oh, Corey Clement this, Corey Clement that, and they could only show highlights of when he was in Super Bowl 52.
Yeah, he hasn't been healthy since 2017, and they don't want to resign LaShawn McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's who the Eagles should get on the. I felt like LaShawn McCoy was my personal pick because I mean, if he never got benched, he didn't get benched, but he was like a healthy scratch for like half of the year.
Yeah.
If he ended up not being like a healthy scratch for like half of the year, he probably would have run for like 800 yards. You know, he still has like another 3 years left in him. I feel like. How was he, like 32? He could retire at 35. I mean, LaShawn McCoy, he got the Super Bowl though. I mean, he could just rest it up. I think he has the potential to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you think? Hall of Famer?
in his prime,
Oh yeah.
he
Prime.
was like everybody was like, oh my God, LaShawn McCoy keeps playing like this, he's going straight to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But over the years, he started to drop, and then Andy Reid was using him wrong.
Well,
Like-
no, it wasn't. He wasn't the one that used him wrong. Chip Kelly used him wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking the wrong person.
Yeah, Andy Reid.
Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
And then
Chip-
on top of that, he just drops him for no reason.
Man, if I could talk me personally, I gotta say Chip Kelly is my most hated coach in NFL history. I mean, I'm sure there's worse coaches out there, but I have a personal vendetta against that man. Like, how do you drop Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, and LaShawn McCoy all in the same season? Like, what is wrong with you? And why would you drop Nick Foles? He's the one that dropped Nick Foles and replaced him with Sam Bradford, who hasn't been healthy for a full season since 2013. Like, seriously, what was Chip Kelly thinking? I mean, I feel like this is a bit of a stretch, but I feel like I could be the general manager and an assistant coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think it could be as good as Doug Peterson. That man's gold. But, like, seriously, what were they thinking, though? I mean, and then they re-signed Corey Clement. I can't even explain. He hasn't been healthy since 2017. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. And then draft choices. Like, they didn't draft a cornerback. Did they draft a cornerback at all?
No. They drafted like 4 linebackers, but no cornerbacks.
Well, 4 receivers. Yeah. They drafted a receiver in the first round, the 4th round, technically the 2nd round if they want to use Jalen Hurts as a receiver, which I think is incredibly stupid. But they drafted a receiver in the 4th round, and they drafted a receiver in the 5th round. And I believe they drafted a receiver in the 6th round, too. I think 4, 5, and 6 they drafted all receivers, which is disappointing because I feel like Greg Ward Jr. could take the place of what Nelson Aguilar had on the team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean like the slot receiver role. You know.
Yeah.
But he's no deep threat, Greg Ward Jr. But I feel like he's a solid slot receiver. He's a much better option than Nelson Aguilar ever was. I mean, well, he was good in 2017, Nelson Aguilar, but ever since 2018 he was okay, and then 2019 he was just awful.
And also, like, what do you think about the Eagles signing Marquise Goodwin?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that's another horrible pick. I mean, I just don't know what they're doing. They want to be faster in the end.
I mean, if you think about it, they could.
He's the 3rd fastest player 3rd fastest receiver in the NFL, but he has no hands. I mean, he barely has hands.
They could be going for like a certain type of scheme.
Maybe,
where,
but I just don't see the Eagles ever. They never were that creative, and with Doug Peterson just being him on his own. Like with Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator in 2017, they were really creative. Like they did the Philly special, you know, in the Super Bowl. But ever since then, Frank Reich became the head coach of the Colts, and they haven't been as creative. They try to be, but it's not cut. And they don't even have an offensive coordinator this year.
I mean, honestly, I could like see them doing certain plays where like they have Marquise Goodwin lined up on like the outside.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson on the inside, and they send Deshaun Jackson deep.
And then also having Jalen Reagor.
Yeah, and Jalen Reagor on the other side.
So you think like Marquise Goodwin might not even start? He's just like they use like each player for something different. If they want to do an all-speed play, they'll just have Marquise, Deshaun, and Jalen Reagor. If they want to like have like a solid play, they'll use Alshon.
Catching.
Yeah, like they'll use Alshon, J.J. Arcega-Whitested maybe, and Greg Ward Jr. I hope they use. If Greg Ward Jr. doesn't make the roster, I swear to God, I'm gonna I just don't. He has so much talent. He's meant to be a starter. He was the starting receiver last year, out of the guy that they drafted in the 3rd round. They drafted J.J. Arcega-Whitested in the 3rd round, and he never was the number 1 receiver after all 3 receivers got injured. And why did they keep Matt Collins on the team? I don't understand that. Do you?
I mean, I could see they were desperate.
Matt Collins.
I feel like it was just they were desperate, and they could see that like their receivers were dropping like flies.
Matt Collins had more penalties last year than he had receptions.
Like Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar got injured in the same game.
They did?
Mhm.
Oh, that stinks. I didn't know about that. I didn't remember that. But I don't think I could ever truly understand what the Eagles are thinking. Jalen Hurts, Marquise Goodwin, re-signing Corey Clement. I thought they were supposed to be changing their ways. It seems like they're going back into old habits, like really bad habits, if you know what I mean. It's like I just don't understand it. Like as Eagles fans, I don't think all of us can't even like understand it at all. Like I mean, I feel like I could be a better general manager than Howie Roseman and Doug Peterson. Like, why would you draft the quarterback in the second round? I don't get that. Like, if you want to, there was a guy named Tyler Huntley, and he's in my part 2 mock draft once I upload it. He's like very underrated. He's like Jalen Hurts but faster, and if you coach him properly, he could be like Taysom Hill. Like seriously, Tyler Huntley. If you look up like his highlights or his film, if you look it up, it's like it's basic. I don't want to. It's a little bit extreme, but he's kind of like Michael Vick. Tyler Huntley. Remember that name? He went to undrafted quarterback, undrafted free agent. And he's basically, it's a little extreme, but he's basically like Michael Vick with the way he runs. And he could be like a Lamar Jackson type of quarterback, but if you, I just don't get what they were thinking. I mean, Tyler Huntley is basically what they could use for like a Taysom Hill type of role. You know what I mean? So I don't know what I mean, personally, I feel like the Eagles are doomed. They're screwed. Well, any final thoughts on that? I mean, yeah, just disappointed.
Yeah.
They
could have done better. That's all I'm gonna say.
The face you just made wrapped up the whole entire last year for the Eagles. Just a bunch of disappointment. Like a big disappointment with drafting and everything. Free agency was disappointing.
Like, how did they... It just still confuses me. I mean, I'm not saying the Dolphins, extremely terrible.
Yo, the Dolphins beat us last year.
But the Dolphins, they beat... I mean, they did also beat the Patriots, but the Patriots sucked.
Well, there was a lot of factors that happened with the Patriots, like people getting injured, Tom Brady sucking. Me personally, I feel like Tom Brady is a little bit in decline. He's not as good as he used to be. I know people were talking whatever, Skip Bayless especially, but
I mean, I feel like the Buccaneers signing Tom Brady just wasn't the move, honestly.
Yeah, but maybe what if the Eagles sign Antonio Brown?
I mean,
nah, I'm not dealing with that, man.
We would have the best.
We had Terrell Owens. Well, that's enough drama for 1 year.
Yeah.
When we draft. But speaking of Antonio Brown, or AKA AB, there was rumors about AB.
Ravens.
Is that where it was? I saw recently he's going back to the Steelers.
There were some rumors about
that.
Like,
I literally just got a notification for that like an hour ago.
Mike Tomlin would want all that drama.
I don't know. I mean, AB went on like Twitter or something, and he said Steelers signed me or Buccaneers signed me. Those are his two teams that he apparently is quote unquote in talks with. But I don't see him ever being picked up again. I miss the days when he was Antonio Brown, because he turned, ever since 2018 or 2017 when he got a concussion, he turned into a character called AB. That's who I separate Antonio Brown and AB. Anything post 2017 when he had that big concussion and never acted or was like personality wise the same, I feel like I separate the two. So Antonio Brown is before 2017, and AB is post 2017 when he started acting up.
He went from in 2017, like a year, he went from a Jerry Rice type of player to Terrell Owens.
Yeah. I think he's worse than Terrell Owens. Like AB is just a bad person.
Not by like skill, but personality.
Well, AB or Antonio Brown could have been like one of the best wide receivers like of all time. I feel like he would. I think he is, even though his attitude problem is what it is. He's top 5 receivers of all time, top 6 maybe. He invented like the toe tap. He perfected the toe tap. I've never seen a receiver perfect it as much as he did, and unfortunately, whatever happened to him in 2017, I think he got like a big concussion from Vontae Burfict. I think is that his name? The Bengals linebacker. Yeah, he's never been the same. It's a shame too, because he could have had a promising career. And at one stint with the Patriots, it was okay, but he didn't seem like he had any big attitude problems. I think the big thing that happened when he was with the Patriots is I think sexually assaulted a woman, right? Which who really knows when it comes to those things? I'm sure he did it because he seems like a complete a-hole. But I can say quite a few bad things about him with the F-bombs. But I can't believe what he did to with destroying too. He was so
Mhm.
disrespectful to destroying. I'm a fan of destroying. Like he just
Like
ratted him out when he was
I
when
know. How do you get that desperate? The man was trying to be nice to you,
he's the one that helped
filming
his.
videos. He clouded you up for free.
I,
He got
yeah,
you like all that stuff, and then you just go and make you're on
he's gonna
Instagram
sue
live
you.
destroying. You better get your lawyers. I'm suing you. Any videos that you made, including my name, Antonio Brown or AB or anything, take it off because that's copyright. I'm like,
He was also disrespectful to Yo Boy Pizza.
yeah.
Another big Madden YouTuber. I'm a fan of his. I'm subscribed, but he just I don't know what happened to him. It's such a shame. It seems like I don't want to go anything personal with him, but I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's like a good person anymore, from when he used to be. You know, like I don't know. I hope he doesn't get signed with the Eagles or any other team. I think he needs like a year off. I think he has CTE. I think that's like the only explanation of this. Like, you know what happened with crap, what's his name? The Patriots tight end who murdered a bunch of people. Gonzalez or no?
It wasn't Tony Gonzalez.
No, that's not his name. Hernandez. Crap, what's his name? Oh, Aaron Hernandez. Did you hear about the story with him? How he murdered a bunch of people because he had CTE. Well, if you didn't hear about it,
I remember hearing about it.
it's a
Somewhere.
Netflix special. He was a Patriots tight end for I think 3 years. Had a lot of potential, but as a kid, his head got hit a lot. And once he got hit a lot, he developed a thing called CTE, which completely changes your personality, the way you think, and then he started murdering people when he was a nice guy, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, the CTE is like a horrible disease, and it could lead to like serious brain trauma. And I think Antonio Brown needs help as soon as possible. It's not the only way it's detectable is if you're dead. So you have to treat yourself now. I mean, you can't treat yourself after you're dead, because that's the only way they diagnose it in an autopsy. But me personally, final thoughts. Antonio Brown, it's a career gone wasted. I don't like AB. What he's become is a horrible human being and a very disrespectful human being. And yeah, it's just a shame. He has such a incredible career. I hope if any team that signs him, I feel incredibly bad for him. And any final thoughts?
I would just suggest if any team is, let him just like quarantine, but not because of any virus or anything. Let him just be alone for a little bit and just get his life together, because he scammed like 2 teams.
Scammed?
Like he got money off of them and only played for like a game.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I'm not. I do feel bad for any team that would sign him, because I saw recently rumors about him going possibly to the Buccaneers or back to the Steelers, which that would be interesting. But yeah, such a shame. Career gone wasted, and hopefully Logan Paul, because we'll beat him up, even though I hate Logan Paul too, because they're fighting or something like that. I don't even know. Destroying and Logan Paul. I hate Logan Paul. Is complete and utter trash. But apparently he's gonna be fighting Logan Paul, and I hate AB more than I hate Logan Paul. Actually, no, I hate them equally. Hate's a powerful word. I dislike them. I hate Hitler. I dislike Logan Paul and and AB. I don't know why I'm talking about Logan Paul. That's not even football. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably the final time I'm gonna be talking about AB, unless he gets signed to an NFL team. But speaking of the Buccaneers, because he might be going to the Bucks, there's another guy that came out of retirement that went to the Bucks. Rob Gronkowski got signed with the Buccaneers.
Tom Brady's girlfriend.
Tom Brady's girlfriend? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's a shell of his former self. He's skinny now. He's not even a big dude anymore. I guess he can get back into shape, but I mean, with all this coronavirus stuff, he can't really get into shape. You know what I mean? I don't know what you think about it.
It's just annoying how he only... I think the rumors are true about how there was beef between him and the Patriots. because.
Well, yeah, because the Patriots wanted. The reason why he retired, I found this out. I forgot. The reason why he retired is because the Patriots wanted to trade him to the Detroit Lions, and no player wants to be traded to the Detroit Lions. But I mean, I feel like they could possibly have a good year this year, but that's besides the point. But yeah.
But if there was no beef, I wonder if he still would have wanted to go to the Buccaneers with Tom Brady.
I mean, yeah, that's his go-to guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they had like a bond when they were in New England. But his like final years, I think his final like 2 years, because it depends. Are we gonna get Rob Gronkowski that's injured all the time and was a shell of his former stuff, or are we gonna get Rob Gronkowski from his prime?
Yeah, like
his
2015, 2016.
Yeah, 27. Well, no, 2017 is when he started to dip a little bit. But I mean, I think personally he's a Hall of Famer. As much I don't hate. No, I don't dislike Rob Gronkowski. I've just never been like, oh my God, Rob Gronkowski, the best tight end of all time. He probably is going to go to the Hall of Fame. But
I mean,
no, he's not the best.
is he in the Hall of Fame?
Well, he's back in the NFL.
I know, but do you think the only reason he came back was to probably get it, like he didn't feel like he had a good enough career to make it to the Hall of Fame, and do you think he came back into the league for a little bit to try to get inducted into the Hall of Fame?
He's already going to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he has 3 Super Bowls under his belt. He has like a bunch of postseason statistics, a bunch of wins in the postseason. Yeah, I mean, he had like 1,000-yard season, I believe. I'm not sure, but he's not the best tight end of all time. But he's probably going to be in the Hall. Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates are the best tight end of all time.
Yeah.
Like any day of the week, I'll probably debate those two guys. Rob Gronkowski, I don't think is even in the conversation. But what he's accomplished was like 3 Super Bowls, really good statistical stuff that the Hall of Fame jury would probably look at.
Yeah.
And I've never been like a humongous fan of him. You know, I don't know. Were you a fan of Rob Gronkowski?
I felt like when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
He was like, he celebrated too much, and he was like,
he did the spike. He did the spike. That's where the spike. That's where he came from.
He was like way too cocky with his like celebrations and stuff, and I just never liked. I don't enjoy. I mean, there's like a certain limit when a player can celebrate in my book when it's okay. Like if you do a touchdown and you're like it's a team celebration, a lot of teams are starting to do that now. It's okay, but if you're like in the end zone and you're throwing the ball and stuff, it's pointless.
I don't dislike him, like I said earlier. I don't dislike him. I just I think he's a little too overrated, like Tom Brady and the whole entire Patriots. I feel like they're a little overrated. I feel like Bill Belichick is the mastermind behind everything. But Rob Gronkowski was a good player. I don't think he's a good player anymore. I think he gets injured a lot. But, I mean, they got 2 other really great tight ends, like O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate. So, if Rob goes down, I mean, they got those 2 guys right there. But, I mean, he had a year to cool down because he didn't play at all last year. But I don't blame him. Like, he basically was like, it's either you keep me with the Patriots, you let me stay with the Patriots, or I'm going to retire because I do not want to be traded to the Detroit Lions. But luckily, the Buccaneers got a good deal with Rob Gronkowski, and now he's with the Buccaneers with Tom Brady again. Only thing the Bucs need now is a running back. Basically, the running back is horrible. Ronald Jones. I don't know.
Imagine they pick up LeGarrette Blount.
I mean, he's so out of shape though. What if they pick out like Marshawn Lynch? Did he go back? Did he go back into retirement? I think he's in free agency now. I don't think he confirmed or denied that he's going to go into retirement. But I feel like Marshawn Lynch has a couple good years left in him as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Marshawn Lynch for a long time. Okay, we're talking about Marshawn Lynch. So yeah. Any final thoughts? My final thoughts are Rob Gronkowski to the Bucs. I don't think it's going to be a big impact. I think he's going to get injured, and I think he is going to retire after this year. Because he's not the same player, so out of shape. He's like a little twig. Like, there's no time to work out, really, because, I mean, we're all in quarantine right now, basically. Except if he's neighbors with someone that has a gym, then yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like he'll play for like 2 years, but he won't be the same Rob Gronkowski. He won't be like you can throw it up to him and he'll just body the person. Cause the main thing about him was like his weight and his muscle weight. He can just body like little cornerbacks and safeties.
Yeah.
But now that he's like skinnier and stuff, it's like he looks like a hefty wide receiver.
Hefty wide receiver.
And it's like,
yeah, I don't think he's ever been a great blocker. I think he's kind of like Zach Ertz. Like, he's okay blocker, but me personally, I think Zach Ertz is better than Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, I would put Zach Ertz over Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm
feel
not
like
even saying that from the perspective of an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
I just respect Zach
Travis
Ertz
Kelce
way more.
Travis Kelce, Zach Ertz are both better than Rob Gronkowski, in my opinion. But I feel like top 3 tight ends, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, and anyone else. I just know those two are. I can't think of anyone that's like really, really, really great besides those 2 guys. I mean, those 2 like redefine the position of tight end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me personally, I would put Rob Gronkowski in the Hall of Fame. He did invent the spike. So, all right. Okay, so let's move on to news. Okay, news number 1. We're gonna talk about the draft a little bit, and I was horribly wrong about this pick, but whatever. So the Bengals first pick, and they decided to draft Joe Burrow. And this guy's career is going to go down the trash can into a deep hole, and he's going to be the next Jamarcus Russell.
I mean, no offense, I totally disagree with that pick. I feel like
I thought you were disagreeing with me. I was like, oh, okay. But, wait, you disagree with that pick?
Yeah, I don't think Joe Burrow is I don't think he was the best pick for the Bengals. I do feel like they should have went with Tua.
Tua's worse. He's gonna be a bust next year. I was upset when the Dolphins drafted.
I feel like they should have picked up somebody like. I feel like they should have picked up in free agency, Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. He's with the Saints. We'll talk about him later.
Not Jameis Winston. They should have gotten Jameis Winston or Cam Newton.
Cam Newton is another one who's like going down.
Cam Newton should have gone to
Cam
the
Newton
Bengals.
is trash. I don't want to see him in any starter. He's not going to be a starter ever again. And look, I'm saying it right now. Cam Newton fans, say goodbye to him. Have him retire because if you just lay a finger on him, he'll cripple down into a wheelchair. All right, that's how bad Cam Newton is now. Sorry.
I mean, but the thing is, they need somebody like Cam. Like, they need that type of... You're going to disagree with me on this. I know you are. They need that type of Cam leadership on their team.
You mean they need a sore loser all the time who cries at every little thing? Okay. Yeah, every NFL team. You need Odell Beckham. Actually, Odell Beckham has calmed down a lot. I respect him now. Yeah. I would be okay if he comes to the Eagles. Browns trade him to the Eagles. I'm open to it. But but no NFL team wants a Cam Newton.
No, just listen. This would be a smart move for the Bengals to pick up a free agent quarterback, a veteran quarterback. Wait till next year or something to get a different rookie quarterback.
Well, they just drafted Joe Burrow. Wait, what?
But I don't feel like they should have.
Why? You're not a Joe Burrow fan? Dude, that man's like Drew Brees. He's like Drew Brees.
He's like...
You're not a fan? You're one of those haters that hate Joe Burrow?
No, I don't hate him. I respect his game, but...
He threw for 60
I
touchdowns.
don't think he deserved to go to the Bengals. He deserved more.
He deserved more. I had the Dolphins trading up to get Joe Burrow. Because Tua is a bust. I mean, he's going to be a bust next year. Unfortunately, the Dolphins picked him up because I don't see him having... I feel like Tua's going to get injured a lot. He's going to be kind of like... who's a player that got injured a ton?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Andrew Luck. He's going to be kind of like Andrew Luck, but worse. I don't think even his... I think he's starting to clutch up in the pocket now. Anytime he sees a little bit of pressure, he's just not the same as he used to be. I feel like he should have went out of the draft when he had that incredible... I feel like it was his sophomore year. I don't remember. He had a really, really good year, and I don't think he was ever the same after that. Tua is going to be the NFL bust next year. Actually, one person that I feel like might be better than Tua is Justin Herbert. I've been a fan of Justin Herbert for 3 years now. Like I've been a fan of his time in Oregon with the Oregon Ducks. I've been a fan of him since the beginning. In Madden, I have him as my starting quarterback in the in my custom drafts because I'm a really, really big fan of Justin Herbert, and I feel like that's the only other quarterback I could see being better than Joe Burrow. I feel like it's Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. You know who Justin Herbert is, right?
Yeah,
the guy that got drafted to the Chargers. And by the way, I feel like Tyrod Taylor will be starting over Justin Herbert for at least 1 year.
That's honestly why I did not expect them.
No, I expected to have Justin Herbert sit back for a year like they did with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I feel like Justin Herbert's going to explode next year. Another quarterback that's going to explode next year is Drew Lock. I'm telling you now. Drew Lock is going to have that breakout year that Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson had. Because no one expected those two guys to have a breakout year. Everyone's expecting Kyler Murray to have that breakout year like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson had. But I feel like it's going to be Drew Lock of the Denver Broncos. You know what I mean? I just have a gut feeling. It's like he's going down the same road. He has Jerry Jeudy. He has Cortland Sutton now. He was a star receiver last year. And Drew Lock is 10 times better than Joe Flacco. You know?
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying. By the way, possible MVP, Drew Lock. I'm saying it now.
Who do you think, out of like all the rookies that got drafted, who do you think will win Rookie of the Year?
Oh wow, that's actually a good question. What do you think? It's not gonna be Joe. It's not gonna be Joe Burrow because his career is gonna go to hell with being with the Bengals.
My top 3 people that I think will get it are. This is surprising.
Well,
I just have a gut feeling. CeeDee Lamb.
The receivers, it's really hard for them to win Rookie of the Year. Well, CeeDee Lamb's not even going to be the number 1 receiver.
I know, but I feel like
Amari Cooper is.
He'll be like number 3. He'll still get passes and stuff, and I feel like they'll see that he has potential.
Yeah.
And like, if something, I'm not saying I hope it does, but it could happen. Michael Gallup or Amari Cooper, if they get injured, they'll be expecting CeeDee Lamb to step up, and I think he'll step up 100%. He'll be that type of receiver. He'll have those like type of wide receiver instincts that you're looking for in a wide receiver.
Has a rookie receiver ever won Rookie of the Year? Because there hasn't. I don't think there's going to be any like running backs that win Rookie of the Year. Because
I think AJ Green won it.
Really? Let me look it up real quick. Wide receivers that won. Because I can't really think of anyone that won Rookie of the Year as a wide receiver. Because it's not going to be any quarterbacks. Because Justin Herbert is going to sit out. Tua is going to sit out a year. Who else got drafted? Jordan Love. He's going to sit out a year. All the quarterbacks except Joe Burrow are going to probably sit out for like the whole entire year.
Jeff Okudah.
Defense possibly. You can think of like defense.
Chase
Young.
I feel
like I'm gonna call it now. Chase Young.
Chase Young. I feel like he's gonna
be like Nick Bosa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I do think Jeff Okudah will be better.
Jeff Okudah. I don't know, but hold on. Wide receivers at 1.
Jeff Okudah is kind of like cornerbacks. He's kind of like, in resemblance, he's kind of like Tre'Davious White. He has those type of instincts. Richard Sherman.
Last rookie receiver that won Rookie of the Year was, it looks like, Odell Beckham in 2014. So, I mean, it's really rare, it seems like, for a receiver to win Rookie of the Year. But it's possible. I mean, this year is pretty weird so far. I mean, no one thought that the whole entire world was going to be shut down for so many months. So, anything's possible. But, yeah. All right. So, any final thoughts on Joe Burrow going to the Bengals? It's not going to be good.
Honestly, I feel like he'll have like a Kyler Murray season this year, and then the rest of his career it's like a Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel, really? You think it's going to be that bad?
Yes.
I feel so bad for him. I just
If I'm being honest, I mean, it is a possibility. I do feel like this could happen. The Bengals might trade for Tua.
it seems like the Dolphins are pretty set on Tua.
Like once they realize like Tua gets injured a lot, they'll like
Maybe.
the Bengals will be like, well,
Well, the Bengals. I don't know. I just feel like Joe Burrow. Me personally, I was hoping that he would get traded by the Saints. Like the Saints trade up to get him. That was my second pick besides the Dolphins. Because the Dolphins and I feel like the Saints were like the top two. I was really hoping for the Bengals not to draft Joe Burrow, and then they ended up drafting him, and now his career is gonna go down the drain. So that was. So final thoughts is: you think he's gonna be a bust, or you think it's gonna be a bust?
Honestly.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kid. Sorry Joe, but you might not have a great career in Cincinnati.
Don't want to jinx you though.
All right. Moving on to news number 2. So this was surprising. I don't know if I'm gonna post my live reaction to the draft, but I was pretty surprised and shocked when Jordan Love got drafted by the Packers. The Packers traded up to get Jordan Love. A quarterback. Wow, I did not see this coming at all. I thought the Saints or possibly the Lions would be drafting a quarterback before the Packers would.
I mean, I feel like they feel like Aaron Rodgers is a high possibility. They feel like he'll get injured.
Because he has had injury stuff in the past.
I don't think he'll get injured like that early in the season. Where they needed to draft a quarterback.
They didn't draft a wide receiver. They drafted a running back in the second round. I'm not a Packer. Oh, actually, it's my fourth favorite team. But, I mean, I'm not a big Packers fan. But I know that they need a wide receiver. And where was their wide receiver? They missed their opportunity to get Emmanuel Sanders. They missed their opportunity to get Randall Cobb back. They don't have anybody besides Devontae Adams. And that poor guy, that poor man has to be all by himself with a sorry case of receivers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel so bad for Aaron Rodgers. And, I mean, no offense to all the other receivers that are on the team, but you guys aren't that great.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, I feel like what the Packers would do, it is like a kind of Packers move. Like, I feel like after Aaron Rodgers retires, they'll try to build a whole new team.
Well, I mean, it seems like they want to build around Jordan Love. New receivers.
I feel like Aaron Jones, he's good. I feel like they'll keep him.
Aaron Jones. But they drafted a running back in the second round, A.J. Dillon. So I don't know what their plan was with that. That was really odd. Like, why would you draft the running back when you need a wide receiver? What? I mean, the Packers draft was as bad as the Eagles. They had a horrible draft, the Packers. They had as bad as we did, you know? Yeah. So I feel bad for Packers fans, but I feel your pain. I feel your pain. They drafted a quarterback, and we drafted a quarterback. Jordan Love, I feel like they compared him to Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he's going to be as good as Patrick Mahomes, but it seems like he's going to sit out for like 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But Jordan Love had good stuff in college and stuff, but I don't know. Your personal opinion on Jordan Love?
I was shocked.
Yeah, I didn't see them.
I totally thought they were getting a wide receiver.
Yeah,
I heard Jordan Love. At first, the name, I'm like, there's multiple Jordan Loves. I heard quarterback. I'm like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I just can't believe they drafted a quarterback. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers just dropped his beer in his hand while he was watching the draft. He was like, threw out some F-bombs. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can't believe that. It seems like the Packers are ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't think I feel like he's been smarter with the football more than he's been like bad. He's just not in decline. It's just I don't know what it is. He's definitely a little bit not as good as he used to be, but his arm is still really, really good. It's just not as mobile. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like
are you an Aaron Rodgers fan?
I've never really been an Aaron Rodgers fan. I'm not saying he's not good, but certain quarterbacks, I respect their game, but I'm just not a fan of them.
Yeah. I've been a fan of Aaron Rodgers for quite a while. I feel like it was a little bit disrespectful. I'm not sure if they informed him that they were drafting the quarterback? Because it seems like by what the news reports are saying, and I don't believe the news as much as other people do. Like everyone's saying, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady hate each other. They don't hate each other. They just want to move on. It's just time to move on. They don't hate each other. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, damn, rain's really killing out here. So yeah, that's why I gotta say about Jordan Love to the Packers. He could be the future starting quarterback. I do see it personally. I do see him being a future starting quarterback. I don't think he's gonna be as good as Patrick Mahomes, but he has an arm like, actually, I feel like he could be a lot like Aaron Rodgers now that I think about it, because his arm is as good as Aaron Rodgers, and his mobility is better than Aaron Rodgers. So maybe he'll be like right in the middle between Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. But the thing is, I feel like he's gonna throw a lot of picks, Jordan Love. So he's not gonna be as conservative with the football. But news, but it could be like possible like future changing news for the Saints. Jameis Winston signs with the Saints. Hell no, this man should never start again. Anyway, he signs with the Saints. I think he signed with a 1-year deal. He's gonna be in a quarterback competition with Taysom Hill, which it seems like the Saints are wanting to move with Taysom Hill as their starting quarterback. So what do you think?
I mean, I feel like they don't want to have to put in. They don't really feel like they have options outside of putting Taysom Hill in
So
if Drew Brees get injured, because that's like they're gonna keep Jameis Winston on the sideline as like a third string. If anything, I feel like they'll take Taysom Hill out of that position where he plays tight end sometimes before they put Jameis Winston in, because they know what type of player he is and they know how much he chokes, but they want to have that like veteran leadership, which he doesn't have a lot of. He barely has any.
Yeah, he has like a bunch of attitude problems too. You remember that time when he got suspended and got replaced with Ryan Fitzpatrick for like 8 weeks? You know, it's like I find him like insanely inconsistent. He kind of reminds me of Cam Newton sometimes, like his attitude problem. Not crybaby, but did you see that one inspirational speech that he did? He looked like a crack addict. Do you see the thing where he's like, "Let's get a W. Let's get a weird." He was like biting his finger off or something. He was pretending to bite his finger off and like talking about let's get a W or something. I don't even know what he was doing with his hands. Maybe I'll put the video in the description where he looks like a complete crack addict, but he's just not a good leader either. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? He's like, he like bites his finger off, pretends to bite his finger off, and he's like, let's get a W with his fingers. The creepiest thing I've ever seen a leadership role do. Like, you want to bite your finger off and make that a W? Like, what the heck is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But me personally, I had like a big discussion with my friend, a buddy of mine, where we would say Taysom Hill and Teddy Bridgewater, and those were the two guys I thought that could possibly be the future starting quarterback after Drew Brees retires. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like when they let Teddy Bridgewater go, I was
so mad. I was
like, why did you do that,
dude?
He like.
Thank you.
After when Drew Brees got injured and he had to step up, he was like ready. He was playing like a starter.
Well, he was a starter in the past. I mean, with the Vikings. But no, I mean, my biggest thing was, I don't know if you noticed this, but the Saints played better with Teddy Bridgewater than they did with Drew Brees. Like, seriously. And also, another problem I'm having with Drew Brees, I talked about it in a former episode. Drew Brees is in decline. It's time for him to go. I felt like this was his last year. Last year was his final year, in my opinion. He's only going to decline more and more from here. Halfway through the season, his arm gives out. He'll have like 10 elite games, like one of the best quarterback plays, like in like the whole entire NFL for like about 5 to 10 weeks. You know what I mean? And after 5 to 10 weeks, he starts declining. His arm starts declining. He seems like he's getting tired. He's only good for like, I think, 5 to 10 weeks, and he's not good in the playoffs anymore either. He throws interceptions in the playoffs. He's not as clutch as he used to be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I find Drew Brees. I feel like Drew Brees' time is done. I feel like it's time for him to go. You know what I mean?
I mean, I really honestly thought he was gonna retire in this offseason.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was actually kind of happy, even though he's my third favorite player of all time. He is, but when it's time for a man to go, it's time for a man to go. He can't overstay his welcome. It's not good. It ruins your legacy. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my personal opinion on that. But
Yeah.
Jameis Winston, not the future of the Saints, and if he is, then the Saints
They're
are on
doomed.
crack. The Saints are on crack. But any final thoughts?
Not really on that certain topic.
But
I just feel like it was just a dumb move overall. I don't understand what the logic was with them signing him. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying he's good, but compared to what other
Maybe
teams
not.
had at quarterback,
yeah.
other teams could have used him.
I mean, who do you think? I don't know if you know any of the draft prospects for next year. Trevor Lawrence is a big name. I think Eric King, I think I'm saying his name right, is a possible draft prospect. I feel like they need to go mobile next year. And Taysom Hill is not like Lamar Jackson. Taysom Hill is like a power running back, a power quarterback. Like he can
I mean,
run
I
powerfully.
feel like they
He's not
need
going to be like
somebody that's
Swift,
like a
you know.
not like as fast as Lamar, but they need a breed between like Lamar and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Somebody that can throw the ball, not just like
Well,
Taysom
kind of like
Hill.
Jordan Love.
Taysom, yeah, like somebody
That's
like
why I
a
wanted-
Jordan Love type
That's why I
player.
wanted them to draft Jordan Love after I found out Teddy Bridgewater wasn't going to be on the Saints anymore. Which, why would you give that up? I mean, he's dedicated to be the future starting quarterback of that franchise, and now he's with the Panthers, which is one of my most hated teams because he's the rival to the Saints. But at least he's going to get a chance to start. I mean, I feel like Teddy Bridgewater is a starting quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think Jameis Winston is the answer for the New Orleans Saints. I think me personally, what they should do. Also, I wanted them to draft the quarterback from the XFL too, Philip Walker. That could have been possible option, or maybe get an underrated guy with what's his name? Trace McSorley. He's the third string quarterback of the Ravens. Maybe they do like something like that. I feel like Trace.
Yeah, when I was watching him
in the
in preseason, he was like really good. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm a personal fan of him. I don't know if you know who he is. I'm a fan of him from Penn State. Or maybe get I don't know. Maybe they have something else underneath their sleeve. But I don't think Taysom Hill is the answer. I don't think Taysom Hill is a quality starting quarterback. I mean, he's has average arm strength, average decision making, and he just has really good speed. I mean, I think Taysom Hill is like the third fastest quarterback in the NFL. He's like really, really fast, but he's really strong too. But that's my final thoughts on that discussion. All right, so this is a post-draft special. So let's grade my my mock draft. I don't know what you thought of that, but let's see how I did so we can tell the folks what the final score is. So I said Joe Burrow was going to go first overall, but the reason why this is wrong because I thought the Dolphins were going to trade up for the first overall pick and draft Joe Burrow. So technically that was wrong. So I have 0 out of 1. All right, what was my second pick? Chase Young?
Yeah, you said
Yeah, Chase
Young. Get it right that they were gonna go with the cornerback and Jeff Okudah.
All right, so that's 2 of 3. I know I got the fourth pick wrong. It wasn't. We don't even.
Yeah, number 4 you said was
somebody.
Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton. I said 4. It ended up being Andrew Thomas, so that's 2 of 4. Sounds like Tua. All right, and then pick 5. I said.
You said Tua, but
it was with the Bengals. So
yeah.
That's 2 of 5. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so 5. I got 2 of it was technically wrong, and 6 I got Justin Herbert.
You got that right.
All right, so that's 3.
5.
All right, 7. I said Derek.
7. You said
I already know that's wrong. All right, so what did I do for 9?
For 8, you said Javon.
Yeah, it was a cornerback.
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, it was a cornerback.
Then for 9, you said
they ended up drafting Isaiah Simmons.
You said Derek Brown.
And he was already taken off the board. What am I doing? What about 9?
You said.
Oh wait, that was 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10.
Pick 10. You thought Andrew Thomas.
Okay, got that wrong. I got 11 wrong. 12 I got wrong. I just know I already got all those wrong. All right, so what about 13?
You said Jeff Gladney.
All right, so let's move on. They ended up drafting.
When you thought he was
14, they ended up drafting Jason Kinlaw. All right, I was wrong. All right, 15, they ended up drafting Jerry Jeudy. I thought he was going to go number 12 in my draft.
15, pick 15, you thought they were going to get Kayvon Chasen.
Did I really? Not
Yeah.
even a wide receiver? That's great. All right, what about 16? So we're going to do C.J. Anderson. They ended up getting A.J. Terrell. 17, I know I got wrong. I thought the Saints were going to draft up, and I thought they were
For
going to...
pick 17, you thought.
I thought the Saints were going to draft up and get Jordan Love, number 17.
But,
Yeah. Yeah, I got wrong, I'm pretty sure, because I thought the Bengals, they traded away the first-round pick. All right, so what about 19?
18. Wait. I want to see what you thought, 18.
Yeah, it would have been a...
And
I
18,
thought
you
I thought the
Henry
Bengals
Ruggs.
were gonna draft Henry Ruggs because if you see the video, they traded away that pick, the
For
Dolphins.
pick 19, you thought they were going to get...
I don't remember this one.
You thought they were going to get Patrick Queen.
I thought they were gonna get Patrick Queen. They ended up getting Damon Arnett. All right, what about 20?
20.
So far, it's a 3 out
You
of
thought
20.
they were going to get Yetter. You said...
Defensive end. They end up getting an edge tackler. All right, so number 21 I got wrong because I thought it was gonna be Justin Jefferson, but for some reason the Eagles did not draft Justin Jefferson. I thought they were, and 22 I got wrong because I thought the Vikings were gonna draft someone else. I thought Jalen Reagor was gonna go to the Packers.
Pick 22, you thought they're going to get Xavier McKinney, but they
The
got
safety.
Kenneth Murray.
All right, so 23rd overall. Getting it away.
You thought they were going to get Nikhil Swift.
I thought they were gonna get running back. The Patriots. Man, so far it's a 3 out of 24. All right.
Oh, DeAndre Swift? Oh, he played at,
No, I meant to say Nikhil Swift.
Oh, DeAndre Swift, though. He
Yeah.
got 26 overall, right?
Jordan Love got 26. Yeah, he probably got it in the second round, but what did I get for 24, which was the Saints pick, or a different pick? Something right?
You thought they're the 25th, they were going to get CeeDee Lamb.
Let's move on from that. 26 I got wrong because I thought 26 the Packers were going to draft Jalen Reagor, but the Eagles ended up doing that. But I don't think anyone saw the Packers drafting Jordan Love in the 26th round. All right, what about the 27th?
Oh, did you hear about the tight end, Randy Moss's son? He got picked up.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I think I did remember him about that. He was a tight end, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he has another son who's a wide receiver. 27th.
It's the Seattle Seahawks.
It is the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seahawks will draft defensive end Marlon Davidson.
I got that one wrong too. Marlon Davidson.
If they don't.
Damn.
Marlon Decker, Isaiah Simmons.
No,
You thought 28 was going to be Isaiah Simmons?
yes I did. They ended up drafting Patrick Queen.
Oh, pick 30, you thought that was going to be Jalen Reagor.
Yeah. Because the Packers were originally the 30th overall, so. I mean, that was the most logical pick because the Packers needed a wide receiver, but they ended up not doing that because who knows?
They come in the 31st
31st?
overall. Have left tackle Isaiah Wilson.
Nope. And I know I got 32 wrong because I said linebacker. All right, so that's a 3 out of 32.
Reminds me a little bit of Andre Dillard from the Eagles.
That's a
Andre Dillard.
no.
Yeah.
No. He reminded me of Andre Dillard, the
Oh.
guy I thought that the Chiefs were going to draft because the Chiefs desperately need offensive line help. But I think they ended up drafting an offensive lineman in the third round. All right, this has been an interesting episode. I'd like to thank you, my guest, my neighbor,
Yeah.
my good friend
See, I want to
Nico.
go subscribe to my.
Okay, that was funny. The video cut out right when you were about to say your YouTube channel.
If y'all
Well,
want to go
what's-
subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's Madden God with
No,
2 Ds
stop.
and God.
No, that's not your YouTube channel. I think
It is.
Isn't it Wolf?
No,
Isn't
it's
it Wolf?
Madden God.
It's not Madden God.
Look.
You changed it to Madden God. That's my thing. Oh my God. Anytime I play anybody in Madden, I call myself the
Look.
Madden God. Oh my God.
Madden God, and then God is all caps. G-O is
All right, subscribe to his channel.
MADDENGODD.
Do you still even post on your channel?
Yeah, I'm starting to post more.
Okay, well, yeah, go check out his channel then. I think you got more subs than me.
Yeah, I have 11.
I got 7. I'm working my way up there. So I've only been in this game for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was interesting. I don't know. Let me know in the comments because I know a couple of you guys comment. Let me know in the comments if you want to see my live reaction to the NFL draft. It's pretty weird because I was yelling a lot. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. All right, stay tuned for next week. Also, I'm not gonna have a specific schedule anymore because my schedule right now is pretty hectic with schoolwork and a bunch of other stuff that's going on in life right now. The coronavirus and stuff, so I'm not gonna have a specific schedule anymore. So I'm just gonna be posting whenever I want at this point, but I'm gonna be posting weekly. I'm not gonna skip a week. So all right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.